much for joining us this evening. Tonight we are going to be showcasing our amazing products and our incredible business opportunity that you can run from home, from your phone and in your spare time. It's absolutely perfect for everybody. We have got some amazing guest speakers up this evening as well. I'm super excited for tonight's call, and we're going to get kicking off this evening with the lovely Paula, who is an absolute expert in our products, and she's going to be telling you all about them. Hi Paula.
Hi everyone, lovely to see you all on the call tonight. So as Sarah said, I'm Paula, and I just wanted to share with you our wonderful Juice Plus products. So I got introduced to the products 6 years ago by a friend, and I met at a Tony Robbins event. And what I loved about, I met her and she was just full of energy all the time. And I said to her, what are you on? And she said, oh, I'm on these amazing products called Juice Plus, fruits and vegetables in capsules, give you energy, give you, just make you feel fantastic. And so after the event, she wanted to take me to an event to tell me more about them. But funnily enough, as our special guest is Lauren, I just want to share this story as well, that Lauren was on the stage at Tony Robbins as one of the speakers. And I just thought she was absolutely amazing. She absolutely blew my mind. And when I did a bit of research after the event, I saw that Lauren was one of our top leaders in Juice Plus. And I thought, if she's doing it, I'm definitely in, because it's going to be good if she's in it. So I just wanted to share that. So when I heard about the products, and I went to an event and heard a presentation like I'm going to share tonight, I just absolutely got it straight away. It just made perfect sense that you could take fruits and vegetables in capsules, go straight into your bloodstream, work at a cellular level and feed your body with all the powerful and essential nutrients from 30 raw fruits, vegetables and berries. And we'll hear about the science as well a little bit later on, I think from Daniele. And yeah, so let me just fire away. And so you're going to be really excited by what you hear this evening. So first of all, James, if you just want to flick onto the next slide, please. So we all know that fruits and vegetables make us healthy. The more fruits and vegetables we eat, the healthier we are. The stronger our immune systems are, which is absolutely essential at the moment. And the more range of fruits and vegetables we eat, the more variety of fruits and vegetables we eat, the more different types of nutrients we get. And so you can see here on this slide that a staggering percentage of kids and adults just don't get what they should be getting. So you can see here 87% of adults don't get enough vegetables, 59% not enough fruits. And when you go to the kids, it's even more, 96% and 70% of fruits and vegetables. So, we know that as a nation, we're not healthy enough because we're not getting enough fruits and vegetables looking at these figures. So this is where Juice Plus comes in to bridge the gap between what we don't eat and what we should be eating. Okay, thanks, James. So you can see here that there's the fruit blend, the vegetable blend and the berry blend. So what you're getting in each one is 10 fruits, 10 vegetables and 10 berries. But you're getting here, who can say that every single day, if they're not taking these capsules, that they're getting the nutrition from apples, oranges, pineapples, and so on. And going down to the vegetables, I mean, you're getting kale, cabbage, spinach, and broccoli every single day, as well as all the other ones in your body. And you'll see a little bit later on that children actually take them as well. So you can, children you can never get children to eat these kind of things. So we're getting our greens, we're getting our fruits, and we're getting all of the nutrients from each one. And the berries here, some of these berries here, you've probably never even heard of, let alone eaten, but you're getting them every single day at a cellular level. So you're getting the antioxidants and from bilberries and blueberries and elderberries and cranberries. So if you were to buy all of that in a supermarket, it would cost you an absolute fortune. So it's an absolute genius way of just getting them into your system. Thanks, James. So you can see here, this is Bill, our cranberry grower, our cranberry farmer. All of our farms are across the world, and we pick them for quality. And they grow them especially for us. And the this is to say the cranberries, all of our fruits and vegetables and berries, they grow them to their peak nutrition. So unlike the supermarket fruits and vegetables that you buy normally, which are picked weeks and weeks before, and they haven't got their full nutrition value. They obviously have to pick them before because they have to be transported and sit in supermarkets, sit in your fruit bowl, sit in your fridge before they're actually eaten. So these have got their full nutritional value in them. They're then when they're picked, they're juiced at a speed that keeps the nutrition in. They then take away the water, the sugar, and the bulk of the fibre, and then they're dried at a temperature that keeps all the nutrition in. And what's left is the powder, all of the antioxidants, the nutrition, the micronutrients, and the the phytonutrients, and they're put into little capsules, encapsulated, and that's what you get. So these are the fruits here. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so you're getting all of that in your body every single day at a cellular level. Thanks, James. So as well as the capsules, we've also got Juice Plus are really 100% committed to inspiring healthy living across the world for the whole family, and to start with children being healthy. We saw the statistics just now of how, you know, children are just not getting enough of what they need. So obviously their health is going to suffer. So Juice Plus just help that by giving, doing this amazing Healthy Starts family program, which gives children their chewables or capsules, depending on their age, absolutely free when an adult buys the capsules. So what that means is they're getting all of those nutrients that I mentioned before. So they're getting kale every day, they're getting broccoli every day, they're getting spinach every day, and all of the other things. We know if you're a parent that you can't get your children to eat these kind of things normally. So it's just an absolute genius way. They think they're eating sweets. It should go on to the next slide, actually. I think we'll be able to see it. There's the little pouches that they come in, but it looks like they're fruits and vegetables. That's exactly what they are. They think they're eating sweets, but they're actually eating their fruits and vegetables, their daily allowance, which is absolutely amazing. Now, over 1.5 million children across the world have taken part in this study, and a staggering 96% have reaped positive health benefits, which is absolutely amazing. My daughter is one of them. She's taken these for 6 years and she hasn't had one day sick since. In fact, neither have I for 6 whole years, like this month. So, you know, anyone who's got a child should definitely get their children on these and get them off to a good start. Thanks, James. And so children get them absolutely free. I think I mentioned that, for up to 4 years. So here are some of the statistics here. So you've got 71% of children that take the chewables or capsules have start consuming less fast food, less soft drinks, and things that are actually unhealthy, and they start consuming more fruits and vegetables. So it's basically what you put in your body craves. So it's because you're putting so much goodness into your children, their body starts to crave it. So if you've got your children on these, don't be surprised if they start saying, "Mum, can I have some broccoli?" or "Can I have some spinach?" Because it's an absolute common thing for them to start doing. So you can see here, they start eating more fruits and vegetables, they start drinking more water, and they're more aware of their health in general, which is every parent's dream. Thanks, James. So as well as me and anyone else who's added you on the call this evening saying how amazing the products are, they're backed by almost 40 gold standard clinical studies, which are the highest clinical studies you can get. And at the moment, which is really good, we've got 4 clinical studies that show that they help to boost the immune system. So, you know, at the moment, with all what's happening in the world, I think having a strong immune system is our #1 priority. It shows here that they help to protect the DNA. They help with skin health. So if you take these, don't be surprised if people say you've got amazing glowing skin. We call it the Juice Plus Glow. They're absolutely amazing. On top of that, the omegas are, so you get an even more glow. They've got a dental health study, and they help with cardiovascular health, which is obviously very important. And they also help to I can't see that one. Sorry. They reduce inflammation. So all of these things just help to keep us healthy at a cellular level. So who doesn't want more of all that? Thanks, James. So as well as our wonderful fruits and vegetables and berries, our newest addition to the capsules is omegas. Now, just in case you don't know, we all need omegas. Our body doesn't make it. We need to get it from our diets. And, you know, sometimes the choice of where we get omegas from isn't that great. So if you're getting, so a lot of people turn to fish oils and they take, you know, omega-3, and sometimes it'll have omega-6 in as well. Now, the problem with fish oils, one, if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, you can't take them. And two, you've got the potential of having the mercury, the toxins, and the plastic residues from the fish. And also you've got the horrible smell of the fish oil as well, which is, you know, not very appealing. So our wonderful omegas are plant-based. So they're just made, we miss out what do fish eat? They algae plant in the bottom of the sea. What we do is we go straight to the plant and we get the oil straight from there. So we're missing out the middle fish and going straight to the source, and without all the problems that I said before. We've got pomegranate seed oil, sea blackthorn berry oil, raspberry seed oil, and you can see them here, the rest of the oils. Now, what these oils are, these are the highest omega content that are. So we're going to, you know, we're getting the best that you possibly can. And as well as omega-3 and 6, which is a common omegas that that most people just take. We've got in here, we've got 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And what omegas do is they help to support our general health, but in particular, they're amazing for brain health. So helping to protect from Alzheimer's, dementia, and giving you better concentration and focus. A lot of people just say, God, my head is so much clearer. I don't have the same brain fog I used to have. Which is, you know, everybody wants. They help with your joints. They help with cardiovascular health and eye health and general health. And skin. They're absolutely fantastic. So I definitely recommend these. Thanks, James. So that's the capsules out of the way, but we've also got our, I absolutely love the Complete. Now, there's a warning that should come with the Complete. Once you start taking them, you'll get absolutely addicted to how great they make you feel. So what we've got Complete Meals, it means is it's got everything your body needs for a highly nutritious meal. So if you do want to take it as a meal replacement, either just as a healthy snack or a breakfast, or if you're wanting to lose weight and you want a healthy alternative, something that's got everything your body needs for a healthy meal, but with only 220 calories in. And you've got the you've got the shakes, you've got the soup, and you've got the bars. So they've all got plant protein in. They've all got the right carbohydrates in. If it was on a plate, it would have what your body needs for a healthy meal. Carbohydrates from root vegetables, plant proteins. They're all vegan, they're gluten-free, they've got a low GI, so they're a really fantastic choice for a healthy meal. And honestly, they're amazing. They're so delicious as well. You've got the chocolate and the vanilla. I have about 2 a day and I love them, absolutely love them. Thanks, James. So there you go. So they come in the pouches that I've just shown you, and also the single sachets, which are really good for, now we're coming out of lockdown and we're allowed out again, we can take them on the go in our bags. Thanks, James. So we've also got, and this is our newest product, we've got Lift. Now what Lift is, it's an instant energy drink, a natural instant energy drink. So the others are, we've got the capsules for our nutritional kind of safety belt, as I say, or our health insurance, just to help to keep us tip-top condition. We've got the Complete, which is good for maintenance and for meals if we want. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention about the Complete is they're really, really good for pre and post workout as well. We've got elite athletes all over the world using the Complete as their nutritional choice, and really safe for breastfeeding and pregnant ladies as well. So yeah, getting back to the Lift, they Again, these are addictive as well. All our products are, they're absolutely gorgeous, and you know, even better, they're completely natural. So instead of reaching for a coffee or one of those instant energy drinks that are full of chemicals, and if it's the energy drink, lots of sugars and chemicals, what we've got here is instant energy from vitamin B's and plants. Absolutely delicious. And yeah, and you have it as make it into a drink, and within a few minutes you've got instant energy. So really good for, you know, tired mums or tired anybody, and just an instant pick me up. Thanks, James. So you can see here what we've got in them. We've got essential B vitamins from mango, guava, lemon peel, and the natural caffeine is from the yerba mate plant. Thanks, James. So as I mentioned, completely safe for athletes. We've been certified by quality assurance from Informed Choice. So if there's any athletes watching, no problem, you can take it. If you have any testings, you're completely and utterly safe, clean. Thanks, James. So as I mentioned, we've got the capsules to maintain our health. We've got the complete for control and nutritionally balanced meals, and we've got our lift for performance and natural energy. And so I have, as I said, I've been taking the products for 6 years. I haven't had one day sick since. I have energy all the time, and I feel better than what I did 20 years ago. I absolutely love them. So anyone that's on the call tonight for the first time that might be kind of on the fence of should I try them or should I not, talk to whoever came tonight, and yeah, just jump in and give them a go. You'll definitely not regret it. Thanks, Sarah.
Oh, thank you so much, Paula. That was absolutely
Pleasure.
amazing. And I'm sure you can see I've got my pen here. Like, I've been doing this for 4 years, and yet every single time you speak, I'm like, oh, that's great, that's great, that's great. I am an absolute lover of the Juice Plus products. If you walked into my kitchen, you would think I was a Juice Plus fanatic crazy woman. You probably wouldn't be wrong. There's literally products everywhere. I'm at my desk at the moment and they're all over the place. But just to sort of reiterate what Paula said, you know, I started the products and the business together 4 years ago now. I was absolutely exhausted all the time. My son's got autism and ADHD, so you know, but other than that, I just always suffered with low iron. I was anemic. I never had any energy. I was one of those people that woke up tired. I was snappy and miserable, I would say, in the mornings, but it was probably, you know, balanced throughout the day. And I just was always tired. So for me, the biggest benefit from the products, I've lost 5.5 stone using the products, but other than the weight loss side of things, for me, the best benefit from the products is the energy. Like Paula said, she hasn't, you know, she felt better now than she did 20 years ago. And I'm pretty much the same. I feel so good. I'm always full of energy. My son wakes up at 5 a.m. and I jump out of bed with him and I have my lift straight away. I'm a huge lift fan, and I can get straight on my spin bike and I can run around with my kids, and I'm always full of energy. So, you know, a lot of people think that our products are just for weight loss, and yes, they are incredible for weight loss, but actually they're really good for your overall health. And you know, I think the reason that we've got such an incredible not only products but also business opportunity is that because every single person would benefit from our products. Absolutely every single person would benefit from our premium products. This sounds like really salesy. I haven't intentionally got these forward. They're just around me today. I'm like going to do, you know, like one of the shopping channels. I'm joking. But yeah, I do love our premium capsules. I get these free for my son. And as I said, my son's got autism. So for me, he's got this beige diet. He eats chips and chicken nuggets, which is absolutely horrendous, but he hasn't eaten a fruit or veg in about 8 years, which is very common with autism. So the fact that he's getting these in his daily routine is incredible. It's a godsend. It's such a relief for me and for so many other mums as well. And on the business side of things, again, I started because I went from sort of having this career to having to be a stay-at-home mum, which I love most of the time. But I really wanted my independence. I wanted my own money. I wanted financial freedom. And so this business has given me that, because I get to be a stay-at-home mum. I've now got a daughter as well. I still get to earn my own money as well. I've got my social life back. I suffered with anxiety and depression that I don't anymore. I've made loads of friends. We travel all over the place. We have the best events. We haven't for a few months, but when we do, it's going to be wild. We have the best events. We have so much fun. It's such a great community, a great environment. And, you know, obviously the financial side of things, I'm earning incredible money. I am getting a £3,500 bonus this month on top of my commission. I am on track for my promotion to National Marketing Director. Everyone keep your fingers crossed for me. That comes with a £7,000 bonus, which is absolutely life-changing. And I've got people on my team. I've got 4 ladies on my team going for an incredible promotion that comes with a £1,000 bonus this month as well. So, you know I sound so excited. I did have a lift before this call, but this business and these products are incredible. So soak it all in tonight, take it all in, and you could just make a decision that in 4 years' time you'll be sitting there like me going, oh my God, I'm so glad I said yes. And as well, when I first started 4 years ago and someone invited me on a call like this, I wouldn't even speak. I wouldn't turn my camera on. I wouldn't turn my microphone on. So for anyone who's thinking, oh, I wish I had the confidence, honestly, this business will give you that and so much more. So I'm going to stop because I've had my lift and I could just go for hours. But we've got an incredible lineup tonight, starting with Magda Dodi, who's going to be sharing her story so far. Are you there, Magda?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
Having me here. I would like to share about how this project. It was 2 years, and my 2 kids, my young Patrick, 8 years old. So I started with Oliver. Oliver was born with a heart problem. He had his heart operation, and his immune system was very low. He was actually catching lots of infections. He had lots of ear infections. Actually, in fact, before I found the product, he had infection in a row. So you can imagine it was, I had to give him antibiotics time, and that was horrible. I just, and it was telling me that he's not hearing. His hearing is problem with his hearing. So you can imagine it was a nightmare. So after Trubobos, it helped him. The whole infection has gone. He never been sick since that. And he's here fine. He's kind of, so fine with Oliver. And I'll tell you about my Patrick. Was 8 that time, and I was truly looking for something for him because he was a very hyperactive child. He had a problematic behavior problem because me very often reporting accidents, pushing, and he was involved with fights. So I was very kind of I was actually searching for that maybe he needs something to calm him down. He was actually also craving sweets, biscuits. Every time he was coming from school, he was kind of searching for sweets, slamming the doors from cupboards, kitchen cupboards, and then it affected his teeth. He was complaining about it. Then constipation he had. GP wasn't of any help because gave us the lactulose and lactulose for the constipation, but didn't solve the other problem. I was actually for 4 years searching for anything here, like magnesium, different vitamins, minerals, zinc, probiotics, and this kind of gave me bad relationship with my child because I was actually chasing him to give him, this tried all other supplements. So, and he didn't like it because it didn't taste well. So our relationship wasn't great. So actually, when I found about this chewable, that was such a release, because he liked it. You know, he liked it. He actually, you know, I didn't have to beg him to take the chewables, because, you know, he thought the sweets. So actually, this after kind of few months, I've noticed his hyperactivity. He was actually, I did reports from teachers. Teachers actually asked me what has changed at home, and you know, they couldn't be at home. These supplements, I've changed the supplements. He didn't craving for sweets. We didn't have problems with teeth. He didn't complain. Since that time, he didn't complain for the toothache, no toothache at all. And we got rid of the lactulose. Constipation has gone. So I'm just kind of, I'm so grateful, because I don't know what I have done, what I would do without, I don't know. So that's me. That's me.
Oh, that was absolutely incredible, and it's such a relief when you find something that works, and when you see your child suffering or struggling, to be able to offer them something. And as well, like you said, they're sweets. They look like sweets. They smell like sweets. They taste like sweets.
And teeth, they're fine. So it's just.
Yeah, we actually had to stop getting the chewables because they were so nice, we would just eat them. So luckily my son can take the capsules now as well, and obviously the fact that you can get them free as well is incredible. When you order for yourself, you get the children's products for free. It's incredible. Lovely. Thank you so much, Magda, for joining us this evening. We really appreciate it. Up next we have got Carolina.
Hi, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Us.
No, I'm very happy. Thank you. My story is very simple. Very similar to Magda's. I tried it and it helped, so I continue taking it basically. 14 years ago, I came to England, and it was supposed to be a story of the girl that comes to a different country, makes a better living for herself here, works hard and achieves her goals. Basically, that was supposed to be it. And I have to say it did happen. However, through the hard work, through irregular eating, through eating rubbish food, really, my stomach was suffering quite a lot. So I achieved my goal, and I have become a catering manager. As you can probably know, in catering you eat quite a bit if you work with food. So basically I ate everything that I could at work, but it wasn't regular. It was very small portion. It was always on the go, always late, lots of hours. So all that, although it did help me achieve what I wanted to achieve, but it damaged a little bit, well, not even a little bit, a lot, my health, because a year ago, after good 6-7 years of pursuing my goal, my body just collapsed. I woke up one day with a panic attack, and you could just think, wow, you know, positive girl, you know, just achieved a massive goal in her life, and she got panic attack. I just didn't want to go to work. Obviously, a little bit of stress at work did not help either. However, I was completely exhausted. My body didn't want to work anymore. Simply, I did not have enough food. I did not have enough nutrients. And over the last couple of years, I came with some symptoms like bloatiness, pains, cramps, trapped winds in my belly. I was going to different doctors trying to ask them what's going on, and they were suggesting maybe I've got IBS, maybe I've got stomach ulcers, but I don't drink much and I don't smoke, so I'm thinking I kind of eat healthy. I thought I was eating healthy. Obviously I wasn't. So after going to many doctors and trying different diets, trying to check maybe I am intolerant to certain products, I gave up. I think I just gave up, and I was really hiding this pain in my body for a long time because I was pursuing my goal. So I was working hard, trying to think I'm happy, but my body wasn't happy. So I decided then that I have to change. I have to do something different. I was 36, and I thought something has to change, and it has to be probably how I eat, because if it's the digestion system collapsing, then it must be something that I put in my stomach, in my belly, my gut every day. So I was observing then my colleague, my lovely friend, who is actually at the moment my upline, and she was leading such a healthy, such a beautiful life. She was full of energy, full of happiness, and she was working with such a wonderful women. And I thought, well, I want to do the same, but my body wasn't there. My mind wasn't there. I was having very low self-esteem. I've lost energy to live because of so many years of hiding this pain. So I decided to take the capsules. I said, I need to start living healthy, so I'm going to go that easy way. I'm going to take a very good supplement. Oh, that's what I was thinking. As long as I knew it's natural, that's it. I just wanted to improve my health, and that's what I did. And to be honest, after 3-4 weeks, I saw the difference. I started eating normally, where before I had these pains, and I had to eat very small portions. So after a month, I started eating normal portions. I started eating everything I could. And the only change I saw was the capsules. There was nothing else I've changed. Obviously, I had a little bit of rest, but then I had to go back to work. So there was nothing else that I have put in my body or I adapted apart from those capsules. And I started doing the research on them myself. I started comparing to other different products because I've never in my life been taking any other supplements. So I was quite curious. What is it? Why is it just the vegetables? Why can't I just eat them myself? But I was not able. My lifestyle, how I was leading my life wasn't it was so busy that I could eat that many vegetables and that sort of vegetables and fruits per day. So after researching everything, I thought, this is amazing. So I started giving to my partner who had a problem with sinus and some pains, and he is now taking much less drops for his nose. So I recommended it to my mother, and she loves them as well, although she was very skeptic about it. She says now that after Sunday dinners, she can finally rest. She doesn't have to think about her digestion problems. So I know they help. So then I started to eating the other mixed berries. I started taking the omega, and in the end, because I was feeling so much better, I gained energy. I have gone back to my yoga, to my running, and I recommend the product to other people. Simple as that, because I know it works. And to be honest, I have got lots of clients now that I exercise with in the morning. I do yoga in the morning with them as well, and I just educate them how important it is to have that such amount of good vegetables and fruits in the daily eating habits, because I know from my experience that these daily little choices that we make regarding the eating, when we open the fridge, they do make such a big difference. They might not tell you that you eating bad after a month or two, but after some time, yes, they will show you the result. So it's best to be proactive than reactive, like I was. So I highly recommend the product. I take shakes as well because I know how breakfasts are important, and I am a very bad a person to skip breakfast. But at the moment, for a year now, I don't skip breakfast. My breakfast is my shake. If I do have time, I make it proper, nice and healthy breakfast. If I don't, I just take a shake. The same with the supper. If I don't have time to eat it, I'll get a shake. If I work at my allotment with vegetables, because I grow vegetables myself, this is what I do. I don't take sandwich anymore. I just take my shake. Why not, you know? And I know it gives me the best amount of nutrients for the day. And since last year, after a month, I have not had belly pains whatsoever. I go to the toilet as regular. I don't have bloatiness. Irritable bowel syndrome has disappeared, you know, like as the doctors were saying. So, you know, it works. Healthy living does work, and taking lots of these nutrients with capsules work. So I highly recommend them.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you so much. And what an incredible journey you've had. And I think as well, it's just what you said about not having the time to have a healthy diet, you know, sinks in with so many other people. We're so busy, you know, careers, children, this, that. We don't have the time to consume, you know, 10 or however many fruit and vegetables every single day. So the fact that we can take it in a matter of minutes or even seconds, get it done, out the way, feel amazing.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, Caroline, thank you so much for joining us this evening and sharing the journey. So up next, we have got our lovely Daniele. Daniele has a digestive health clinic on Harley Street, and he recommends our products to all of his amazing clients, and he's going to tell us why.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, perfect. Thanks, Daniele.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Sarah, for your wonderful introduction, as per usual. So, yeah, so basically, we've been involved with the Juice Plus company now for about 6 years. And as Sarah said, I've had a digestive health clinic in Harley Street for the last 15 years. So we've been helping people that have got issues with bloating, constipation, irritable bowel syndrome, these kind of things. And the two main things that I always recommend to everybody across the board to improve their symptoms have been, number one, drinking more water, and number two, eating more fruit and vegetables. So over the years, these are the two things that we found that across the board, unless somebody is suffering from any specific conditions, then the majority of the digestive issues that we have tend to be lifestyle related. And so with proper hydration and increasing the amount of fruit and vegetables, we can fix the overwhelming majority of these cases. Now, of course, what do our patients always say? They say that, you know, they don't have time to prepare the vegetables. It can be expensive, which is true, of course, because of course we should always be having, you know, the best quality that we can have in terms of like organic, in season, etc. You know, it takes time to prepare all the vegetables. And, you know, and also we don't really have much variety. Even if we have our fruit and vegetables, we tend to have pretty much the same 3 or 4 or 5 all the time. We don't really change them all the time. You know, we have lost that basic thing that maybe, you know, our grandparents used to have, that, you know, certain fruit and certain veg were only available at certain time of the year. You know, now you can go to the supermarket, you find everything available all the time. And in a way that kind of like, you know, instead of having more variety, we have less, because we tend to pick only the few things that we normally have all the time, all year round. So then for a number of years, we were recommending people to juice, you know, which is a great way to take a lot of the goodness of fruit and vegetables into our bodies. But of course, with the juicer, and those of you that have got a juicer, they know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, then you need to clean the juicer after you've been juicing, you know, and how often do we do that, you know? And the more expensive the juicer, the more complicated it seems to the cleaning process. So we buy these expensive juicers, and then we end up keeping them nicely in the shelf, and then we look at them every now and then, and we say, you know, one day I'm going to use it. And then about 6 years ago, a friend of mine, she introduced me to the concept of Juice Plus, of these, you know, fruit and vegetables in capsule form. And I thought, you know, this is a great solution, because, you know, it strips away all the excuses that everybody is coming to us with. You know, I don't have time, I don't have money. You know, I'm thinking how easy it is. You just need to, you know, it's like zero effort. You know, it takes you 30 seconds to put the capsules with a glass of water, and it's very inexpensive as well. So, and she was telling me about all these great testimonials, these great results that people were getting. But of course, as health professionals, what we need to do is we are skeptical by nature. And so what we do is when we evaluate product, we need to put them under the scrutiny of like some kind of medical critical testing, you know. So we look for scientific evidence that the product works. And so when we started looking into Juice Plus, we found that obviously, luckily, you know, this product has been on the market almost for 30 years now, since the beginning of the 90s. And when we started looking at, you know, okay, is there any scientific evidence that the product works? We were like stunned at the amount of research that this product has got behind it. I mean, we're talking about an incredible amount of research that has been done over the last 25 years, since the mid-90s, by the most prestigious universities, hospitals all around the world. We're talking about King's College London, University of Tokyo, Japan, University of Milan in Italy, MD Anderson Cancer Center in Texas, to name a few. And not only there was all this research has been done over the last 25 years on the product, but we have more than 30 of these scientific studies that have been deemed of good enough quality to be published on some medical journal. We're talking about British Journal of Nutrition, American Journal of Periodontology, all these publications that, you know, to you and me as normal people, they don't really mean much because we don't read that stuff. But these are the things that end up on the desks of the consultants and the doctors, and so that this is what they read when they want to keep abreast of what's going on in the world. So, let alone to have one scientific publication that cites your product already, that's quite an achievement, to be honest. So when I saw it, and we found out there were over 30 of them, and we have more along the way, you know, because obviously these tests, they take a number of years to complete, and then they need to be peer reviewed before they are published on one of these journals. So when I saw that, we were like, okay, you know, this is a product that we need to take seriously, because, you know, it's not just it's not just like a marketing thing. This is a product that is a really solid product. Just to give you an idea on one of these tests, one of these scientific studies that I think is quite important is the one on bioavailability. So there is a number of these studies that scientifically prove that Juice Plus is bioavailable. What does bioavailable mean? It means that it's absorbing into our bloodstream, and therefore it means that we are actually, because when you buy like a synthetic vitamin in the shop, it doesn't really matter the strength of the vitamin, but if our body cannot absorb it, it doesn't really matter what it says, what the strength really is of the product. It only matters if our body is capable of absorbing it and therefore assimilate it and do something with it. Otherwise, you know, we take it in and then we eliminate it. So the bioavailability study is very important because it shows that Juice Plus is almost 100% bioavailable, which means that within a few minutes of taking it, it goes into our bloodstream. And why does it do that? Because that means that it's basically what it says on the thing. It's fruit and vegetables in capsule form. And the reason why it gets absorbed is because our body knows, it recognizes it as fruit and vegetables. It recognizes it as what's coming from Mother Nature, and not like as a synthetic thing that our body says, I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna get rid of it because I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. So we've been recommending Juice Plus for the last 6 years to all of our clients, and we've noticed a great improvement across the board for all kind of digestive issues. I've been taking Juice Plus personally myself. I didn't suffer from any digestive issues, but I had issues with bleeding gums. And since after about a couple of months of taking the product, all my bleeding gum issues, they went completely, and I haven't had any issue with bleeding gums for the last 5 years since then. In fact, one of the scientific studies, it's also been done on teeth health. This one was published on the American Journal of Periodontology. But you know, you can find all the information about all these studies that I'm talking about. Everything is available online on the Juice Plus website, as well as PubMed. PubMed is basically the worldwide database where all the scientific research gets published. So everything is available online. So, you know, please, if you want to find out more about this, go and do your own research. Everything is completely available online. Everything is 100% transparent. And of course, you know, I've been involved in the, you know, recommending the product to all of our clients, but I'm also involved on the business side of things now. We've got a big team in Italy and Poland and here in the UK as well. So, you know, of course, for us, if there is any other health professional, you know, on the call and they're considering taking a look at this opportunity, I would say, you know, do your own research like we did, and you'll find that it's a very, very solid product, and it's worth looking into it in details. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Daniele, for joining us this evening. We really appreciate it. And it's always so nice to hear about the science behind the products as well. Because I think a lot of us, especially people in the business, all we know is that they make us feel really good and you should try them. So to hear actually the science behind it and why you recommend it and all of these incredible studies on the products as well, absolutely mind-blowing. Thank you so much. Up next, we have got our lovely Howard. Are you there, Howard?
Yes, not feeling so lovely as I had a tooth extracted a little bit earlier on this afternoon, but yes, I'm here.
Well done for joining.
No problem at all. Managed to get through my supper, so I can certainly join in here.
Perfect. You can just take it away and tell us
about
your journey so far.
Sure. I mean, my journey sort of really comes in two phases. I was fortunate, I guess, to be around back in the early 90s when Juice Plus was launched in the United States in September 93, and then it came over here about 6 or 7 months later. I was even doubly fortunate, I suppose, because my direct upline, Sue Burdick, was able to send advanced batches of the product, which was only the fruit and vegetable capsules back then. So we were able to try it even in advance of that. And the reason I was interested in it back then is it just made complete sense. I was reasonably conscientious about the way I ate and the diet that I afforded myself, but you know, I had good days and bad days with the pressures of modern life, and this was in the early 90s. Those challenges have only accentuated since then, but it made complete sense to fill in the gaps between what I was eating and what I should have been eating consistently each and every day. Now, from the business perspective, unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, at the time it seemed very exciting. I was in the corporate world. I had a major job change in May 1994, and a few months later, I chose not to continue with my franchise at that point. Fast forward about, where are we? About 20 years, and an old friend of mine got in touch with me. I had left the corporate world. I was working for myself back then, and his timing was impeccable for two reasons. Firstly, I was doing a lot of cycling back then, nothing competitive, but I was doing some events, and I had literally about 10 days before he contacted me, had just signed up for a major event in the Alps the following summer. This was in about November 2013, and he reminded me about Juice Plus, and I knew as soon as he mentioned it, I thought, this could be quite helpful for my training. Because I knew the quality of the nutrition would underpin the training that I was going to have to do. And I also figured that after 20 years, there'd be further products that could probably help me. And that proved to be the case. Now, his timing was impeccable for a second reason, and that was from the business opportunity. My business back then, I'd had for about 10 or 11 years, and the effects of the financial crisis in about 2008, 2009 had started to hit me pretty hard. And perhaps the writing was already on the wall, and I realized I needed a plan B. So I checked things out very, pretty diligently. And one thing that, as Daniele so eloquently explained about the science, that really impressed me. And I realized that not only did it seem a good idea back in the early 90s, but it had been entirely validated by these peer-reviewed studies that covered a multitude of different key health markers. So that was important. I then recognized that the opportunity to be able to provide it to children for free and therefore their families as well was a fantastic thing. I don't have children myself. I know plenty of people that do, and to be able to offer that to people, I thought was an amazing gift. And then latterly, after a few months, there was the results I had myself. I have had 2 bugs in 6 years, And my other half, Paula, who a number of you will know on this call, a bit similar to Carolina, she suffered quite badly from IBS. Within 2 to 3 months, that cleared up and had never returned. So I'm perfectly happy to share the products just simply because of my own results, and also because of the validation of the science behind it. But furthermore, we address another area entirely. We address people's physical health, yes we do. But in this day and age, and especially in light of what's been happening in the world with the global pandemic, there is going to be a massive economic shift. I think we're already seeing it. Every single day, we're being told, and this is just in the UK, that such and such a company is going to be laying off people. There's going to be redundancies. There is going to be, the people are going to be more open and out of necessity looking for other opportunities. And we have something that is absolutely timeless. We have fruit, vegetables, and berries in a capsule. They are never, ever going to go out of fashion, as my outline remind me. They are never going to go out of fashion. We have something that is fundamental to the human condition. And therefore, I see it as my moral obligation to share it with people. You know, we're able to address people's health and address people's financial health. And that's an amazing gift. And as such, it is my responsibility, I feel, to share it to whoever's prepared to listen. And whoever's not going to listen, I'll tell them anyway. And maybe they might, I might be able to turn them away from the dark side, who knows. But as well as that, I'm amazed by the amount of support that I get from people within the business. I look around this call, we have 63 people on the call right now. I recognize people from the UK, from Norway, from Sweden, from the United States, from Portugal, and forgive me for those countries that I've missed out. We have something that anyone in the world could look at. Our company is expanding. We will get to those countries. We're already in around 30. The opportunity is out there, people. And for those people looking at this for the first time, peel back the layers and examine it thoroughly, because we have something truly exciting that is only going to get better.
Oh, Howard, that was incredible. Thank you so much. If I wasn't in the business, I would be after that. But you know what is so true at the moment? People who have been in the same jobs for 10 or 20 years and thought they had this incredible job security, it's
doesn't
just
exist.
not there. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, just to have a second income stream or a plan B income is extremely sensible. And who doesn't need an extra payday every single month? There's so many people join this business as something to do on the side, and then eventually find that what they're earning from this far outweighs what they earn from their full-time job, and this becomes their full-time income, and it could do the same for you as well. So thank you so much, Howard.
Pleasure.
And up next we have got the lovely Patrick. Are you there, Patrick?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, and you give so much energy every time.
Oh, thank you. It's my lift.
Yeah, it is.
You just take it away and tell us about your lovely journey.
I started out a traditional business when I was 18 years old, so that's a lot of years ago. But it was good. It was really good. It gave me a £700,000 house, 2 cars, nice watches, and nice vacations with my family, and my wife didn't have to work. So you can think happy life, but it was it also gave me a lot of stress, heartburn, and not much fun. So I was looking for something else. I was searching, and I actually met James in a presentation, a very small presentation in Stockholm, and I loved the business presentation. The simplicity and this no limit to very, very, very low risk was totally new for me. It was like nothing I have ever seen before. So, but I had to try the product. They talked about the product and they said, oh, this is so good, and this fruit and vegetables. And I had tried a lot of different things before, and the doctors had tried a lot of things before on my conditions. So I was very skeptical. I was like, okay, this sounds good, but could it be that good? And so I tried the products, and the first thing was what I noticed was in the office, I was very more calm. I was stressed up and angry, and the staplers were flying, at least one new every week. So that was the first thing. I just calmed down, and then I had heartburn, and I had to sit and sleep. Had an operation scheduled for it, and I got the last test, and they shoved some tubes down my nose and should make a test about how much stomach acid it let out. And when I come back with it, the nurse said to me, "Oh, sorry, we have to do this again. You had taken your medication before this." And I said, "No, I haven't." And she said, "I can take it 10 days before this test." "No, I haven't." And she says, "Okay, what have you done?" So I had to call back to my wife and say, "What did we eat yesterday?" And she just, "Oh, we eat this and this and the capsules." Okay, and the capsules. And she looked it up and she said, "Where do I buy this?" And I was like, "Okay, I understand." So that was one thing. The other thing was I had eczema on my hands. So I actually didn't want to shake people's hands. I had cotton gloves on when I slept because it's bled. So after maybe 2 months, something, my wife said, "You don't use your cortisone creams anymore. What's happened?" I was like, "Okay, gone." So that was the other thing. And I had that since I was 15 years old. 5 different doctors have tried different medication on me. Nothing worked. It just came back all the time. Now I've been free from it for 6 years. Next thing was psoriasis in my face. It was so bad. So sometimes I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to join parties or anything because, you know how it is when you feel that everybody's staring at you and you feel like, oh. So it took me about maybe 4 or 5 months. After that, gone. I haven't had it back in 5.5 years. So, and I also have a rheumatic disease that's giving me inflammation in muscles and joints. The same here. All my symptoms are much better, and I can live as normal today. So for me, this product has meant everything. I walked to that room with James and saw the business presentation and was blown away. And I still am, but the product is what have done my life. I have a totally different life today. So I'm so happy for it. So that's my short story.
Oh, thank you so much, Patrick. That was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's so nice to hear, obviously, all these different perspectives. It's lovely to hear how much you love the product. Obviously, your business is going incredible as well. James told me you've recently had a promotion. Yay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's really nice to hear from someone who has had or still has this successful business and career and lifestyle, but the pressure was there, and not necessarily the time freedom, even though you had the financial freedom. So we have something for absolutely everybody, don't we?
Yeah, and it's fun. Today I meet my team every day. We laugh, we have fun. It's like having a party every day. It's like, oh, it's so much fun. I love it.
It really is. And my partner says to me when I go to one of our Juice Plus events, he says, "How can you call that work?" And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Oh, Patrick, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
So up next we have got the lovely Katie. Are you there, Katie?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you. How are
Good, you look amazing as always.
Well, do you know, I have hardly worn makeup for the last 3 to 4 months. And
well, you don't need to.
Literally ever would have come on a call, like you were saying right at the beginning of this, you would never have come and call and put your camera off. I was exactly the same. So yeah, it's given me so much confidence. I'm very similar to Patrick in my Juice Plus product story. I had an amazing skin story, so I started taking the products for my skin and had fabulous results within 3 months. and have also lost 2 stone in weight, and got rid of migraines and eat better. And it's just started of a whole sort of health journey for me and my family. My children have all had, they're all on it, and they've all had amazing results as well. So as for the products, I don't think I can sing highly enough about them. They're amazing. And the business side of it, I have been doing for about six, nearly 7 years now, and it's kind of like been a bit of a part-time thing, a little bit in the background. So I'm a tattoo artist. I've been a tattoo artist for 20 years. I've owned my own shop for 16, and I'm also a coffee shop owner as well. And and it is crazy, and well, you know, the Juice Plus products give me the energy to get through each day when I'm doing all that. And but over this last lockdown period, this business has really come into its own for me. It's given me something really, really positive to focus on, and you know, my business has flourished because of it. I'm just so grateful that I've got this to sort of focus on and grow, and yeah, I've got a fantastic team growing, and you know, just so grateful for all the positivity and the people that you're surrounded by when you come into this business. So yeah, absolutely love it. And you know, I have got a new promotion and reconfirmed it already, and I'm hoping next month I'll reconfirm again. So you know, and also from someone that owns their own business, brick and mortar, you don't have anyone singing your praises or giving you promotions or bonuses or anything like that. So when you enter some kind of world like this, it's amazing to be able to get those bonuses. And not that it's all about money, but it's just, it gives you a boost as well. So yeah, absolutely love it. And thank you so much for doing these calls. You're amazing.
Thank you so much, Katie. And I just have to say, it's probably not related to the business, but I couldn't believe it when you said you've been a tattoo artist for 20 years. Like, you look so young. I'm like, did you start tattooing when you was like 7? But honestly, thank you for joining us.
It's crazy.
And you know, like
That's
you said,
no problem.
yeah, having this to fall back on when, you know, the traditional businesses are suffering at the moment is an absolute godsend. And good luck with your promotion. I'm sure you're going to smash it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Up next, we have got the lovely Lauren Gordon. Are you there, Lauren?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. You?
Yes, good, thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Pleasure. Should I just take it away?
Yeah, just take it away.
So I'm Lauren Gordon, and I started on the products first, actually. I just had my daughter in September 2015, and in the December I decided I needed to lose some weight. And I tried Weight Watchers, I tried those Slim Fast shakes, I put on weight from those, and I just thought, well, I'd seen a friend of mine posting about this on Facebook, and I thought, you know what, let me just give it a go. I've got nothing to lose. And very quickly fell in love with them. I was on the capsules and the shakes to start, and then added in the boosters, which were just like magic. Loved them. And in the February of the following year, 2016, I started in the business. But just to backtrack a little bit, just so that you sort of understand my journey, I had been through 2 years of IVF to have my daughter. So I was under ridiculous stress. My hair was falling out. I mean, it was really bad where I didn't even want to wash it. I remember phoning my mother in South Africa saying to her, I don't want to wash my hair, because just seeing it all go down the drain was just heartbreaking, you know. And notice the difference when I started the capsules, because my stress didn't end there from the IVF. I then had my baby, thank goodness, she's my lifeline. But whilst I was pregnant, I was about 22, 23 weeks pregnant, and my husband was diagnosed with a terminal brain tumor. So my stress continued thereafter. You know, I still get quite envious of pregnant ladies who just enjoy their pregnancy. And I don't get me wrong, I'm so grateful that they are enjoying their pregnancy. But for me, it was never about me. It was about, you know, hospital appointments and medication. And, you know, that's where our wonderful Chewies came in, because I just didn't have the heart to give my late husband any more tablets. He was taking, you know, at least 12 tablets a day, and I could see he was really struggling to swallow those. And so the fruit, veg, and berry Chewies, I you know, thought, well, why not, you know? But I was a bit paranoid because, you know, anything that went into him, I was scared was going to bring on seizures. And I remember taking the little pouches to the doctor. He had been admitted for seizures at the time. And I said, look, I'm thinking of giving these to him. Can you just check the ingredients for me? Do you think they'll be okay? And the doctor scanned them and he's like, well, it's just fruit, veg, and berries, isn't it? And I said, yeah, exactly. He said, absolutely fine, go for it. So from there, my belief in the product was even more certain. You know, my hair was starting to grow back. It was much thicker. My metabolism had a massive boost. You know, my husband was on the shakes. He had the shakes because he couldn't really stomach any food. And, you know, it just sort of transformed from there. And that's really where I was introduced to the business. And I remember at the time saying, no, I don't think I have the time to do that. You know, I'm a teacher. I was a full-time teacher at the time. And I just didn't want to be doing post office runs. I didn't want to be handling any stock. And those were the excuses that I gave my upline, who introduced me to, you know, the products and the business. And she said, but you don't need to do any of that. You don't need to do post office runs. You don't need to handle any stock. And that, for me, I thought, well, maybe I can do this because I can see the products work. I love how I feel on them. My whole family is on them now. And, you know, from there, it kind of just took off, where fast forward again, I've now got part-time in my teaching job, which is like a lifeline, because I feel since having Shelby, it was just one whirlwind after the other. You know, my husband passed away when she was 7 months old. So I just feel like I was on a bit of a rat on a wheel, and I just didn't stop. And that day off in the week has just been gold for me, where it's my day where I can just chill and take some time out. And it's just given me so much more. It's given me friends. It's given me confidence. It's, you know, it's given me what could potentially have been very lonely for me at home as a widow, looking after a baby at the time. You know, I could have fallen into sort of a deep, dark time. And, you know, it's the people around me that have kept me going, that have been so supportive and made me believe I can do it. And, you know, when you've got the belief in the products, it's so easy to promote. You know, when you see your customers have such success as well, that's just golden for me. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Oh, Lauren, thank you so much for joining us. You're such an inspiration, and I get really emotional listening to your story, and I'm so grateful that you had this business and you had this community. And like you said, you know, obviously a lot of people love the financial benefits and stuff, but for so many people in the business, it's the support, it's the community,
absolutely,
it's the positivity. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us this evening and sharing your story.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Up next we have got Casey. Are you there, Casey? No. We had to have one.
Is that okay?
Oh,
Is that
you are. We're just talking at camera. Please, I can't improvise.
Oh, bless you. Do you just want me to just jump straight in?
Yeah, just go for it. Take it away.
So I came across the products as a customer, and then obviously later I joined the business because of the results that I had off of the products. So similar to Lauren, after I had my little girl, my hair all fell out, and it was the same thing, like just clumps coming out in the bath every time I washed it. So I was looking at all of these shampoos. I was looking at sort of like alternative treatment to try and get my hair to grow back. And in the end, I just gave up the ghost and cut it all off, like literally Frankie from the Saturday short, like had it clipped at the back, like everything, just took the whole lot off. It was shortly after that that my now husband then asked me to marry him. So I was like, brilliant. you could have talked me out of cutting all my hair off. So I needed something that was going to promote hair growth, and it was going to promote it fast. And that's exactly what the berry capsules did for me. My hair was just growing at a rate of knots. But the other thing that I didn't anticipate is that I also, as a consequence of falling pregnant, suffered with hormonal acne, and I literally tried, when I say every product under the sun, I was literally a sucker. Anything that would say that it would eradicate acne, I would try it. So Bravura, Silver Serum, I was on topical solutions from the doctors, I was taking antibiotics, I was spending hundreds of pounds at a dermatologist on a Baju skincare treatment, chemical face peels, like you name it, I did it. And this was in the lead up to our wedding as well. So I was obviously having like complete anxiety over having acne on my wedding day. And the berry capsules eradicated it, completely gone. Like I don't take anything else, no more topical solutions, no more high levels of salicylic acid, nothing. And it was at that point that I was recommending all of my friends that had seen all of my hair growth, that had seen my skin results. You know, I was seeing my friends and just kept putting them back to the lady that I'd bought the products from. And I made a joke. I was like, you should give me a job, because I'd put so many people her way. And she was just like, you can do it. You can buy a franchise. You're ordering products anyway. You can get a discount on the products. Like, why don't you do it? So I never really joined for any kind of monetary gain. I had a very successful lash business that I was running full time. I was really dubious and skeptical about joining the business because I was worried that I wouldn't have the time, which is a lot of concern for, a lot of people. So I just thought, you know what, if I can just sell to one person, I can help that person the way in which the products help me. If I can earn a little bit of commission off the back of that and get money back on my own products, happy days. And I remember really specifically earning £120 in my first month. And that was like a major deal for me, because that was 2 terms of my daughter's dance fees. So for me, I was like, okay, that's money that hasn't had to come out of like the mortgage money and the bill money. And all of a sudden I was getting this disposable income alongside my full-time business. Within 5 months, I went from a dealer, which is where obviously it's now partner, where everybody starts, right up to a senior sales coordinator in 5 months. So my business journey just snowballed. And that's because I'm the type of person that, like, once I put my mind to something, like, that's it, there's no stopping me. But that's also what's held me back in jobs. So I've always been the person that's towed the line. I've always been the person that's like worked the hardest. I've always been the person that was sort of like, underappreciated, but I would still put in the work. I would still turn up every day. I was still punctual. I was still, I had an insane work ethic, but my hard work wasn't ever recognized. I was never given a pay rise. There was always people above me. And that's really demotivating when you're like that as an individual. So which is why I became self-employed as well. I was actually made redundant when I told my employer I was pregnant. And that was the 3rd time I got made redundant. So at that point, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm not working for somebody else. I'm not going to have my fate put into somebody else's hands. I'm going to go self-employed. I became a fully qualified lash technician. And even with that, I still didn't have the time freedom. If I was ill, I didn't get paid. If my daughter was off school, I didn't get paid. If we went on holiday, I didn't get paid. So even though I had the freedom of being self-employed, I still had to take like massive cuts in pay if I had an operation or, anything like that. So the beauty of this business is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, as long as your thumbs work, you can make money. And I've literally just shared my health journey. It's eradicated my iron, my B12 deficiency. I've been able to, my husband's now left his corporate role. He's now self-employed. So I have a 5-month-old son. They have two of us at home. Like, both our kids have mummy and daddy at home, which is incredible. That's something that would have never been possible if it wasn't for this business. My 5-year-old daughter is so full on, you would not believe it. So it's so nice to be able to run this around her. My baby doesn't sleep. So if it wasn't for these products, I would probably be rocking backwards and forwards in a corner somewhere. Like, Lift is my lifeline, my absolute lifeline. I probably get about 3 hours sleep a night. and then I commit 10 hours a day to this business. I don't do my lash business anymore because I matched my full-time salary after 5 months of doing this business. So I made a decision of October last year to go full-time with this business. So a lot of people join this business and it's their plan B. For me, that was always going to be the case, but it became my plan A. And I just love it. I absolutely love it. The doors that it's opened for me. I bought my dream car. The fact that I can have my husband at home. The fact that we're able to juggle it around our kids. Like we never miss a sports day. We never miss a play. You know, none of that. My husband's been here for every single milestone with my son Lawson, and he missed out on all of that. You know, when Lana was born, he never had that. He had to go back to work. So he's been around for all of that. So it's lovely to have the materialistic things. It was lovely to go out and buy my dream car. It was lovely to be able to, you know, for my husband to leave his corporate position and be able to, you know, create his own business endeavor. But so it's also like the time that comes with it, the time freedom that comes with it, the things that you can do that you wouldn't be able to do if you was going to a 9-to-5 job or having to drop your kids off to a childminder and all those things as mums that we have to do. So for me, it was really, really important that I was able to bring in an income. I was able to have my own independence, but I was able to be at home with my kids. And I want to show my kids that like you can have it all. Like you can have your own independence. You can run a successful business from home, but you can be around for your babies. So that was so incredibly important for me. I've literally just hit my next position of qualified national marketing director. I've just done my second month of reconfirming that. That obviously comes with a £3,600 bonus. And it's just it's a life-changing amount of money. Like it's just, and to do that solely off of your phone, devising your own hours, not being answerable to anyone. I was told in every job that I did I was impossible to manage. So now it's fine because I only have to answer to me, which is great. I have a team of 25, just amazing. They're just incredible. And the fact that you get to pick your team and pick the people that you work with is one of the biggest perks ever. And like you say, that the conventions and the social aspect that comes with it and the support and just being around inspirational, incredible, motivational people, and having this bulletproof product that has done so much for me from a health point of view, and then undertaking a business and then it's changed my life from a monetary point of view. It is the gift that keeps on giving. And to know that you've impacted on people's lives from a business point of view and you've impacted on people's lives from a health point of view, I always say if you cut me, I'd bleed Juice Plus, because that's how passionate I am about the business and the products. So if anyone is sat on the fence, if anyone is dubious, skeptical, like I know what it's like to have to invest into a company and have to pay out on insurances, on equipment, on training. There's so much overheads, there's so much outlay. This is a £50 investment. It's nothing. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And the decision that I made 2.5 years ago has been, other than my kids and marrying my husband, has been the best decision I've ever made.
Oh, Casey, that's amazing. Thank you so much.
You're
and
welcome.
So much of your story resonates with me as well. I think it will for so many people, so relatable. And I just have to say, I absolutely love that you went to your upline and said, you should give me a job. Oh, thank you, Casey. I'm going to whiz off because I noticed that Lauren's... If I don't know if I was on mute that whole time, but thank you. And I'm going to hand over to James quickly because I know Lauren's got another call.
Yeah, well, okay, everyone. Look, I'm just going to be very, very quick. So I started in 1988. So I'm up to 32 years. So all I'm going to say is this business is in it for the long term. I've proven that it works for 32 years and you are so much in the right place at the right time. So the excitement is only just beginning. So I'm going to hand back to Sarah and she's going to introduce our wonderful guest, Lauren.
Okay, thank you so much, James. Lauren, thank you for joining us. Sorry we've taken so long. I know everyone's so excited about the business and I'm so excited to have you on the call and to hear your journey.
It's okay. I moved my call, James. I was texting you. I moved. You could have talked longer. So. Hi. Well, hi, everybody. I am honored to be on your call. And for all of those people that fell off the line, man, that was a big mistake is all I can say, because the last, I I've taken tons of notes from the people that I just heard from. And I really want to acknowledge Gordon and Sarah, and also James. But I want to start with James and Gordon because, you know, they always say that we stand on the shoulders of the giants that come before us. And I remember the first time that I came to the UK, and we were doing an event, and it was in London in some cute little hotel with, I think there might have been 15 people that were there at that event. But I want to show you all something. Those of you that don't know me, my name is Lauren LaHave, and I'm calling in from Las Vegas, Nevada. And this is actually my journal from 1990. So those of you that I can't see your faces, I would love to see your face because I want to see you go, oh, no way. So this is 1990. And I know some of you weren't even born there, but I would love to see your faces if you would unmute yourself, because I really want to not just talk to you. I want to really have a conversation with you. And so it'd be awesome if you could unmute. So this is my journal from 1990. And it was interesting what Casey just shared was I heard about the, it's called National Safety Associates, NSA, back in 1989, and someone came and shared a water filter with me. And I was living in Southern California working 4 jobs because you needed 4 jobs to stay above ground in Southern California. And I said to my friend, I said, where do I tell everybody to go get this water filter? And he said, oh, just send them to me. And so I started recommending everybody go see my friend for this water filter. Well, about a year later, he said, hey, why don't you come to this big party with us in Memphis? There's lots of cute guys there, and I was single. And I'm like, okay, that sounds good. And then I went to this party, and he goes, why don't you come and sit in this seminar with us? And I go and I sit in the seminar, and I took notes. I'm like, oh my God, this was a business and you didn't tell me about it. So I'm really here to share with you all the importance of sharing this amazing business with everybody. I love the products. I knew the company. So that was 17 years. And here's the deal. I took notes. I sat in the front row and took notes, and I said, NSA plans to make $5,000 a month consistently, develop a strong, committed, educated team, nightly meetings and trainings to stay in San Diego, to build a team in Fiji, in Germany, in Russia, in the UK, in New Zealand, in Australia, and I said my goals and everything. And guess what I did? I took notes, but I did nothing. So we always say is what you do after the event that's more important than what you do at the event. And so I'd encourage you guys, as I look on the call and I see that there's 50 people and we started off with 65 people, there's a part of me that gets sad because you never know who you can help with this business. So I said no for 17 years because I had the I'm too cool syndrome. I thought that I knew everything about nutrition. I was teaching these health seminars for Tony Robbins. And 13 years ago, one of my best friends in the world, his name's Jeff Roberti, he attended a conference that Tony was teaching, and I was interviewing a doctor that Tony had come out with these new health products. I went to the doctor. I said, what can I take? Because I'm nursing. She goes, you can't take any of these products. I said, well, what can I give my kids? She goes, you can't give your kids any of these products. And Jeff came up to me and he said, you can give your kids Juice Plus. I'm like, oh my gosh, go away with your fruits and vegetables. Like, seriously, I'm the nutritionist. And he goes, and as I was talking to Jeff, my phone rang. It was my friend Amanda who had lupus, and nothing had helped her, Eastern, Western, inside out, upside down. And I'm like, well, it couldn't hurt anything. And I, like Danielle, like I ate really healthy, but my gums still bled. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And I went to a conference, just as like you coming to this call right here and hearing all these amazing stories. It's literally like a conference right here on this call. But I went to the conference, I heard the research, I saw that, I saw how the company, the integrity of the company, I knew that they had been around forever. And I'm like, what's the worst thing that could happen? It's foundational. Everybody needs more fruits, vegetables, berries, and omegas. And omegas, let me tell you about omegas. Omegas, the only way you can get omegas are from the food that you eat. And most of us are totally deficient in omegas. When they call you a fat head, it's actually a good thing. It's mean you're getting the good fats. And so our omegas, I'm crazy obsessed about our omegas. And the Chewies I keep everywhere. That's my snack. My kids, once again, same thing like everybody else. We don't get sick, for the past 13 years. My husband, he's on the plane more than he was on the ground. But the business, I'm here to talk to you about the business because I really want to get you guys active in the chat for a second. And I'd really like you to be active for the next 5 minutes as I talk, because I'm going to talk for 5 minutes until I make sure to shake it in you guys of why this is a must to one, obviously be on the products, but everybody should take these products from the womb to the tomb, everybody. And we all know somebody around the world somewhere. We're in close to 30 countries right now, and we're expanding like crazy. And write in the chat if you know someone who's having some kind of health challenge. Just say yes, just write it, just chat and put in there. Write in there if you know somebody who's having a health challenge. Write in there, I see one person's writing in there. Okay, write in there, yes, 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 yes. Please write that you know. Write in there if you know someone who's having a financial challenge. If you know somebody who's, and like, you know, Cassie was sharing in there as well. She shared with you, you know, that extra money, that my upline, her name's Cheryl Cortese, she said there's only two kinds of people who need money and people who want more of it, right? And money meaning to cover your basic needs, right? Basic needs like food, housing, medical, all of those things. Those are basic needs. And all of us have the opportunity to, one, be able to help people say yes to their basic needs and everything else on top of it. So I said yes to this 13 years ago. I feel beyond blessed. My son, who is actually was in London building his Juice Plus business, and at a Juice Plus meeting, and met his beautiful fiance, who was actually from Scarborough. So they met through the Juice Plus business. You never know who you're going to meet with regards to this. But what this business can do, and what these products obviously can do, you've probably obviously seen, it gives people an opportunity to really participate in their own rescue. That's what it does. You can work, you know, whatever you want, wherever you want. You can, you know, work it part-time, you can work it full-time, but not if I have time. That's what I would share with you. Don't work this business that way. Work it like, you know, and paint that vision. And so the last things that I'm going to share with you is here's how you do it. And here's what I would suggest. I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. One, think about your internal world, and your internal world, and really has to do with what we call, you know, state management. You know, what do you do to give yourself certainty, to give yourself clarity, to give yourself confidence, right? Because we all know that people buy us. They don't buy products, they buy us. They buy our certainty with regards to, you've heard amazing stories of what it's done, but people buy your passion and your conviction. I don't know about you, but I'm hungry for my Chewies or a complete shake, right? You heard the conviction. Who has said that there needs to be a warning? I think Paula said there needs to be a warning on the complete shake. It's so true, because I mean, it's so good, right? So one is, you know, what is it about your state management? The second thing is your belief. What do you believe about fruits and vegetables? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about the world, and how the world right now needs to make sure we have a strong foundation financially, as well as with regards to our health and our relationships. So what are your beliefs? What is your vision? What's your short-term vision? What's your long-term vision? When I went over to the UK, and I remember looking at James and Gordon, just going, let's do this, like, let's go. I mean, these guys were the pioneers, but we were ready. You know, sometimes things plateau and they're ready for another, you know, kind of, you know, excitement, explosion. And these guys really did make that happen. So that short-term vision, that long-term vision, I mean, more people are feeling better, or, you know, families are becoming more successful, families' health are better, because someone took the risk to tell me about something that worked great for them. That third thing that I would share with you, once again, is that vision. So we've got our beliefs, our vision, our state management. And then the last thing that I'll share with you is your standards, right? We all have standards of how we're going to be. And so look, there's 49 people. I want to acknowledge you, because there were 65 of you that were on the call to begin with. That means that you've got pretty high standards if you're on this call right now. So you should give yourself a pat on the back. You know, what does that say about you? That you never know who's going to, yeah, you patted yourself on the back. Awesome. So, and then the next thing is what we would call the outer world. And the outer world is understanding business. And the beautiful thing about our company is they've taken all the having to figure out the outer world out of the picture. They just give you a system, and all you need to do is plug into the system. You don't have to figure out how to do a website and how to send orders and how to take money and how to do that. That's part of the, if anybody's been an entrepreneur or solopreneur, that's a pain in the butt, right? It's a lot of work and it's a lot of money and it's a lot of investment. So literally, you know, I'll share with you, you know, something that Tony Robbins says at Business Mastery. He says to people, find a company that's figured a system out and just plug into the system. That's what this company has done, and they've given us this for so long, and they're always looking for how to make sure that to make it even better. So one is plugging into the system and the business, understanding the rules of business. And smart business is finding something that is a low entry, right, that's duplicatable. You can teach anybody in the world to be able to do the exact same things. Like I'm calling from the US, guess what? We do the same call like that you're doing here. You can plug somebody in here in the US and it's going to be the same type of thing. We talk about the product, we talk about the business, we share stories. That's smart. Just like anything, you know, you want to make sure that a great leader is a great duplicator. And then the next thing that I would share is that, you know, marketing, the company gives you great things. They give you great tools. You can plug into so many great things. And then all you need to do is go talk about it and share about how much you love it. So I'm beyond blessed. I mean, some of my best friends in the world are because of this community. And some of us we're not even on the same teams, but we have the same mission, which is really to inspire healthy living, give people a solution that's, you know, recession proof, you know, and all other challenge proof, if you would. So thank you for allowing me to share. I love the UK. I love just who you all are and what you stand for. If you have anybody here in the US that I can support in any way, but really when we end this call, I would encourage you to get off the call and just think about who do you really know, love, and care about that you want better health for and that you want better wealth for, that you want them to be able to say yes to their lives. And then, you know, and just give them a call and just say to them, hey, I was thinking about you and I just wanted to just check in and see how you're doing. So thank you so much, Sarah. You did a great job facilitating this beautiful call, and thanks for inviting me. So.
Oh, Lauren, thank you so much. That was incredible. And I'm blown away and I'm speechless, which I'm sure you can tell is not like me whatsoever. I don't really know what to say to follow that. It was incredible. I love all of your top tips. I love all of your action pointers for everyone that's on the call so we can actually go away and take full advantage of that and just go away and get on with it.
You're welcome. And the thing I would say is don't, you know, get your excuses out of the way because you never know who you can help. I mean, I started my business. It's interesting. I have this picture here. I keep it right there beside. I started because my friend right there, her name is Amanda. That's when I said, you know, she was the one with lupus. And I'm like, shame on me if I don't do this business. And then this is my best friend in the middle. Her name's Linda Evenden. And she was going on the products for her and her husband. And she just thought that she was going to be a customer. And guess what? 4 years later, circumstances changed. They moved to Australia. And let's see everybody's face again, if you don't mind, because I want to see. So this was, once again, I started because of Amanda. This is Linda in the middle. I can see just a couple of you on because I want to see what you're going to do when I tell you this next part. And now Linda in the middle, 4 years later, she moved to Australia. I followed her, went and started doing events with her. And now she's the #1 income earner in Australia with our company. So you never know when someone's going to say yes. You just have to lead from the front, and you need to be that hope for people of truly what's possible. So yeah. Bye.
Oh, I'm so fired up and I'm half emotional, and I think these calls you almost feel like you feel teary or emotional and happy and excited and just ready to go and take on the world. So thank you, Lauren. Thank you to everybody for joining our call this evening. I'm very sorry that we ran over slightly, but you can obviously tell that we're just all so excited and passionate about our incredible products and the business as well. We've never experienced, me personally, I haven't been in business as long as some other people, but we've never experienced the momentum, the excitement, the growth that we're experiencing right now. And if you have been thinking of joining or getting started, honestly, you're in the right place, you're at the right time with the right people, and we are ready for you to join us. Thank you, everybody, and good night. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.